Hey guys, hi everyone. Happy to be with you today as usual on Tuesday. First of all, let me know on the chat some feedback regarding the camera and the sound. Hopefully everything should be okay. So guys, let me know short feedback regarding that. Yeah, and say hi. Happy to see some people, some regular people joining this trading room. And yeah, as usual on Tuesday, we'll try to find some spot on the day. Might be some good things to do. So yeah, let's see. Hey Thomas, hey Dina, hey Benedek, hey Adir, hey Sis. Yeah, thank you guys for the feedback. Appreciate. First of all, before we move directly into the market and start trading, I don't have any open positions, so we will try to find some spot if there are. I know that the dollar is actually getting a bit stronger on the London session. We'll see what's going to happen in the American session at the opening. Just something important, we are very happy that we moved all our infrastructure, sorry guys, into the new system. So you have new dashboards on the 5ers. You have a new instant funding programs, which we provide some updates. We increase the profit splits, and we have also starting to offer a new program called the iStakes. For most of you guys that know other prop firm, it's a two-step challenge. So this was something a lot of people asked for it, and we worked as usual on our side, bringing innovation and bringing some better upgrades on you can have a salary if you're very consistent and grow your and scale your account. So yeah, I invite you to go on the website and find the new programs that we offer. Again, I know that there might be some technical issues on the dashboard. We are working on it. Everything will be smoother soon. So yeah, happy again to share this upgrade with you. We worked on it a lot of time. So this is important to say. They still working on the dashboard. Yeah, we are actually working hard on the dashboards. This should work. This actually should work, but there are some some little things that we need to do on the dashboard. Powell speaks in 1 hour, better to be careful. Yeah, I agree, and maybe it would be the time for me to position myself. Maybe I should wait. Maybe if I found a good spot, maybe just position myself before Powell speaks. I don't know which type of news we have today. If it's only Powell without the interest rate, this might be different. But let me check the calendar, and we're going to talk about it right now. So we have the job opening, and we have only the speaks of Powell. Okay, so let me show you on the chart. Sorry, on yeah, so it's maybe here. So this is basically today. We have a CAD. Okay, so we have the CAD interest rate. So the dollar CAD might be moving a lot, but talking about the USD, only Powell going to speak. So there is no it's not like a high impact news. It's only a discussion. So there will be some volatility in the market. I don't know how far we can break new zone. So that's why I would be able to find some spot, maybe to enter right now, or just to wait, or just to make some scalp before it speaks. Yeah, we know Rosario, there was alt in trading doing 15 minutes. The market did not move so much, it moved like 2-3 pips during this session. It was during the London session. So guys, again, we apologize for this, and yeah, if your stop loss or take profit didn't hit, you can still contact the support. They will help you. Yeah, it's a good spot here again in the pound. This is the type of spot I like to find also. and on the M5 and the M15 market is starting to cross here. This is something I can actually open to build a position. It is not my full exposure, but this is something I can definitely look for to start building the position. Of course, we have a bigger spot at the bottom here that we can look, and there is this fresh demand that we didn't touch so far. So I can actually make some partial entry. Of course, if Forex peaks, this will let me to enter the market. So I will basically open already one half lot here. I think it's enough getting my lot size. Yeah, so this will be the first entry. Again, not the best execution. The market already pumped a bit in the M1. And again, it's important to explain that all the trades I'm taking and all the analysis I'm doing is only for an educational purposes, guys. Okay, so take your own responsibility by trading, take your own risk, and take the risks that you can afford, actually. Yeah, so basically here I think there is some good indication for me. We have huge movement in volatility in the London session. We went from the top of the Bollinger Bands until the bottom one. Okay, so the average is still here. Stochastics is actually losing momentum. We are, you know, starting to cross below 20, and we have here maybe a pivot point. You know, when the market actually is starting, you know, trying to hold. So that's why I'm making my first entry here. This makes sense for me. If the market succeeds to bounce, I will exit and take some profits. If the market continue to go down, at least I have a very good and strong point here, which was a long support line during the last months. So yeah, it takes some time to build this position, but I think this is one of good spot that we can have today, especially when Powell speaks and can lead the market, you know, going up for the USD and dropping down for the Nasdaq and the US indices. So we will monitor this. I know that gold also had a lot of movement. Basically, I was looking for a lot of time to this zone, which is the 1,800 levels. We hit that. This lead me some space to onto the market in the long-term perspective. So I wait for the retrace here. Market went down just under 1,800. Of course, it's a long-term perspective, which gold, you know, guys, in the long term is standing to appreciate in price. Yeah, so pound is just starting to drive down a little bit. We can actually make just a buy limit in the zone here in case the market go down and I'm not in front of the screen. Of course, the last spot that I want to enter will be here at the domain, so stop loss should be around here. Basically, I will risk here around 2%, something like that. I mean 2% on the capital, let's say on the trading capital here. So that's fine. Okay, when you basically you don't need to risk more than generally 5% should be the maximum of the overall capital that you have in your hand. So if you go to the 5ers account, basically it should be around 0.3%, 0.2% per trade. Here I'm looking at the overall account, so that's why will be risking 2%. I made my calculation in my head, so that's why I'm opening here the lot size like this. Yeah, gold is dropping down very quickly also here. We can also find a spot in gold in the H1 to respect. Maybe this zone is a good zone to respect also. It looks like the market still continue to went down. We might have some buyers here. I just want to wait. We know gold generally is very volatile. Yeah, Rosario, I know it's bad luck, but it's we're sorry for that. There is, you know, there are plenty of opportunities every day, so the next one you won't miss it. Yeah, I think this makes sense for me to starting opening some spot here. Yeah, really saw the market react. I don't want to risk so much on gold. The stop loss should be very tight. It's a small trade. Again, I want to go with the impulse that we had last week. Maybe here it's only a retracement, and then we can go make an higher high. And if it's going to happen, I think that's a good place to make a trade here. So we will monitor this together also along the pound trade. Looks like the pound is starting to dive down, but again, it's part of building the position. We will see how far we can move down, and if we move down, I think again here it's a very nice spot to go in. This is quite the same exercise that we had last week, if you remember, guys, on H4 but also on H1 chart. We identified this zone here with, you know, here in a short matter of time we reached the top of the Bollinger Bands. Stochastics was over the 80 level. We're starting to cross, and we had a huge movement straight in this zone. So again, here it's give me a nice spot to enter. I think this is what I did here. Probably open a sell and just make buy probably here. So basically into the main spot. So this was quite a very nice trade because I let the trade move completely down straight to the next zone. Basically, this is not happening a lot of time, but if I remember, I start scaling my stop loss step by step. So yeah, here it's quite the same setup, guys. You see, I'm doing only the inverse size. I'm starting to open a buy here, but I will also open a buy at the bottom spot. And again, what is important for me in this type of scenarios is how much time it will take the price to move straight to this zone. If it goes slowly, this is not the thing I like, because generally we will hit all the demand and all the orders here slowly, and then the price will drop down. If the price goes straight away into this zone or into this demand, there is high chance that buyers come in and just revert the direction of the price, basically. Yeah, the S&P also is making a new low on the London session. We got the market going to open in the next 15 minutes. We'll see. Hey James, salut mon gars. Yeah, we will make some videos and some Q&A on the iStakes program. So we will explain the profitable days in the iStakes, and we will also explain the scaling, and we will explain the news rules in the iStakes, and we will also make a Q&A on the new instant funding program. I don't know what is the date for it, but we will inform you guys by email and on our social media. We want to do it because there is a lot of questions regarding the scaling, regarding the profit split, regarding the bonuses, and we have a lot of questions on that, and we know. So I believe beginning of next week, we're going to make a Q&A and talking about the new changes and the new programs, so that everyone can come and ask the questions. And And yeah, we're going to wait for you guys on this Q&A session. And again, meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask the support team. They will help you. But for a live event, yeah, we will make a Q&A very soon. You're welcome. Hey, babe. Oh, okay. We just yeah, interesting in the Aussie dollar. Maybe there is a spot that can go. You see, we have this long range on the H1. We just break down, and we just reach the next zone. This can be also a spot for, you know, long-term positioning on the Aussie dollar, at least to the, you know, 0.66 400, something like that. This would be a zone where you can position yourself. And of course, there is the next demand that would be around that spot here. You see, there is a big demand here. You have also this spot that might be into the blue line. You see, can be a pivot point. So there are some space. You need to be careful just if the price break below this zone. High chance that we reach the blue line, which is around 130 pips. So you need to understand what you want to do and how much the allocation size you want to hold at any point in the price. Here it's a bit tricky to make an let's say an execution either on the H4 or on the, you know, I don't know if we did not reach yet even the zone. This might be the spot to go in. So there are still some 120 pips to make an accurate entry. So we are not so far. So yeah, we're going to check this. See, I'm already in position in gold and in the pound, so I'll prefer to wait. Let's see, what about the dollar yen? You know that also things happen there. Yeah, again, nice entry on the morning. Still this zone respect. It looks like we make also a breakout here. We make a retest. Market can actually make a breakout on the upside. There are still this zone. This should be the next zone. This is basically the average price that we have from 24th of February. Wow, okay. Pound yen is very annoying in the last days. You have this, like, annoying, but this is the type of chart can be a playground, I mean, for me. Starting 1st of March, price went up, went down, create a zone. Of course, we don't know that it's create a zone, maybe from here. When the price, after this movement here, starting to bounce again, we can at least say, okay, there is a chance that the market continues sideways. And then from here, the market goes down again, maybe give you an opportunity to make a buy. Again, make you a buy here and again and again and again. So for scalpers, it looks like a playground. All the time, the price touch the red line, wait for the price bouncing up, and that's it. And do it unlimited time until it basically touches stop loss or maybe, you know, before news, whatever it is. But basically, the price turn around all that phase during the, let's say, from 1st of March and this is basically the average. Okay, so for you guys that know how I'm trading and what is my theory in trading, looks like a playground. Okay, all the time I'm expecting the price to go back to the mean. Of course, this is something very easy to see because actually the market is flat on the pound yen, but this can also work when the market is on an uptrend. Okay, it's quite the same. For example, if you go here and on an example, I'm showing an example, but this is actually an uptrend, and all the time you expect the price to go back to the mean, which is, you see, this is standard deviation from here. Then the price break the average, touch here, top of Bollinger Bands, probably stochastics is above 80, and then the price go back to the mean. So the main theory of the way I'm trading is all the time contradictory. In this type of case, I would go with the uptrend, but in other case, for example, in the pound, you see when the market here pushed from here to here, some people will say, yeah, maybe on M30 we are in an uptrend, but I'm all the time looking the revert, and this is all the time what I'm looking for. Can we trade gold? Keep getting a knot in money war and yeah, you can trade gold. You need to be careful regarding the margin requirement on gold. The margin requirement, if I think it's 3. Okay, so you need to divide the leverage you have by 3, and then it will give you the maximum lot size you can open. Basically, if you have a comment with not enough money, okay, it means that you the lot size that you used was above the leverage that you have in the account. So try to reduce the lot size in gold. Yeah, pound yen is very interesting. Also in the M1, you can again, you have this type of zone. You can trade between the zone, but of course, what we see here in the M30, it's a very flat zone, very sideways, not a big movement. I'm very curious regarding what's happening in the daily chart, or at least H4 chart maybe. Yeah, nothing happening. I think it's been a long time that the market is sideways in the pound yen. The market will break, so that's why I don't want to make an entry at least here, because sideways will not continue like this forever. Okay, at some point the market will break out in either side. Okay, so I think the market already in the pound yen, which is generally known as a volatile, not volatile, but recently the pound yen moved very drastically. Okay, we see on the daily chart, you see this movement and this movement here. It's very quiet here on the pound yen. So that's why I don't want to touch it right now. Even can be a spot here for making a buy and just waiting for the price to go back to the mean. But again, I would prefer doing this before and not here when the market have a chance to break through and break this big zone. Yeah, what is interesting in the pound yen is that we didn't succeed to break. This was probably a supply here. You see, supply zone. Don't like so much the middle supply. I prefer to wait for basic supply like here. Here it's a middle supply, which means the market go straight into the zone, and already there were some orders, selling orders, especially at that spot where actually, I don't know if you remember, but this was the day when pound yen went down 4%, probably after the release of the news of the Bank of Japan. So this was actually creating a big supply. The market just revert, touch this supply, and we had some orders here. You see clearly on the H4, you see all this movement down, which is around 260 pips down. Orders lead the market going down from here. So I don't know what's next for pound yen. Basically here would be making a bet. The market can can reach the top again and the market can actually break it. So that's why I don't want to touch anything here on the pound yen, basically. On gold, it looks like we have some buyers coming in. We'll see how far we will move. But here on the 30-minute chart, I like this type of candle. Of course, we need to close it. But we see here clearly that stochastics below 20 starting to cross. Some buyers are coming in. We are far from the mean. Probably I'm expecting the market to go back around the mean here. So we will see how the market behave at the opening. So yeah, let's check for it. What about dollar yen? Yeah, I will look also the dollar yen. Just to explain why I won't make any trade on the pound yen is that the market has been trading in a range for almost one full week. It's starting the 1st of March, and then the market didn't make any movement on upside or either on the downside. So that's why I'm expecting as soon as possible a breakout here on the downside or either on the upside. Again, for traders that like to trade breakout, this might be a spot. You know, I don't know if the market here break below that and then come back again. So basically you can go with the retest basically here. But I'm not a trader that trade breakout. I'm a trader that trade reversion, and I'm a reversal trader, let's say, contradictory traders, which all the time I'm expecting the price to go to the mean. So that's why I will not go into this move if the market break out and then goes back. So that's why I won't make personally any trades here, because the market will break. Basically, if I want to trade this one, I will make a buy here and I would make a sell as long as we reach the top. That's how I will trade it generally. So that's why I won't make any trade, because you know, a sideways market will not end forever. At some point the market will break in one of the two directions. And of course my stop loss would be below the zone here, and then my stop loss would be above. So if the market breaks, it will directly go straight into my stop loss. Okay, let's move into dollar yen. I don't know if it's the same context here. No, no sideways move on the dollar yen. But again, I will do nothing again here on the dollar yen. H1, again, we have been trading into this type of zone for the last 2-3 weeks. The average is around here, so basically the price is especially at the average. Okay, so I don't want to, again, basically when the price is at the average, okay, I have no edge in the market, because I'm not buying the price when it's cheaper, and I'm not selling the price when it's expensive. Okay, here there is no overvalued currency. Again, if you look specifically to the H1 chart, so that's why again I'm waiting for the market to go far from the mean, at least until the top, and maybe here we can find a spot to go sell. This doesn't mean, guys, that when the market goes here I will make a sell. Again, we need to find if all my indicators are aligned to make the execution. But before, you know, thinking about an execution, I need to know, okay, where is the average or the price behave. I'm only talking about technical here. I'm not even talking about fundamental on the dollar yen. But this is basically what is happening. You see also on the H4 that the price is especially at the average. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bollinger Bands, but here is the average, here is the 20 standard deviation, and the top is the 20 standard deviation. So basically we are at the average here. I'm not looking for making a trade when the price is at the average. Okay, it's like, you know, it's very simple. I will try to make a live example, you know, a daily life example. You're very smart, you're a trader, and you want to make a profit. So basically that's what traders want to do. Basically, we know that you know, a sneakers, let's say Nike sneakers, I know that today there is a lot of resellers and making a lot of cash by doing that. A sneakers is on average $200 in the market. Okay, so basically everyone know that the price is at $200 in the market. If you want to make profit, you won't buy actually these sneakers at $200. However, if you go in the market whenever you find it and you find the exact same shoes at $180, okay, and you know that the average is around $200, this can be a hedge for you. This can be an opportunity. So that's why I'm never making any execution when the price is at the average. Of course, it takes some time to understand where is the average and so on. So yeah. Or to understand price action is strong or not, can you give advice? There is a lot of example regarding that. You need to be maybe more accurate on your question, but I believe volume can be one of basically on stocks. When you have big volume, that means the price action is very strong. I'm not using volume on Forex, but this can something you can have. So can I say you are not a trend follower? That's correct. On, you know, only when looking technically. When I look fundamentally, and if you maybe you can tell me, yeah, if you were doing that in the S&P, for example, you were actually sleeping in the street because all the time S&P moved up. Okay, if you go to the S&P and we go to the weekly chart, you see all the time the market was going up. So it depends the market, it depends the fundamental way I have on each asset. Technically, I will not make any execution when the price is far from the average. Specifically here, okay, when you see from the COVID, we recover around, we have made 100% on the S&P from the bottom of the COVID. For me, it was never a spot to make a buy, to buy actually the S&P, you know, when we were here and when we were here, because we were very far from the average all the time. Okay, so I'm waiting for a retrace, and that's what happened here. You see, we were in some people call it a recession, or I don't know. I call it something very theoretically reversion to the mean. The market was overextended. We also fundamentally we talk about overvalued stocks. So I'm waiting, you know, for any retracement, and I started actually investing in the long term when the market went down around here, and then, you know, you reinforce your position here and then here and so on. So basically, when you look technically, yeah, I'm not a trend follower, but again, this is very not exactly trend follower, because you can find on a trend. Like maybe I can show you on the pound yen as well something. Basically on the pound yen here, okay, if you identify the market like this, we are on an uptrend. Here the middle line is the average. Okay, so for example, when the market here from here goes down here, I will make a buy, for example. Okay, basically it's only theoretically, but I will make a buy. Are we in a downtrend because we went down 170 pips, or are you looking still at the long uptrend that we created on the 3rd of February? It depends. So sometimes I can be in the trend, and sometimes it will be completely the opposite. Again, it depends about a lot of parameters. Okay, so what's happening here on the trade? Pound USD, we just got some buyers here coming in, not strong enough. Gold looks like we are going to break a lower low. We'll see if the market holds here. Again, stochastics here crossing, so we'll see if this holds. If not, I will be exiting the market very fast. You see the stop loss is not so far from the low. I have a little margin of error, you know, we can make a new low below that, but again, I don't want to risk anymore. Pound is quite the same, it's more building the positions. I still have a buy limit here, and maybe I could reinforce below here. I will see how the market behave. We have Powell talking in the next 50 minutes, so in next 25 minutes, so let's see how the market react. Possible buy on Aussie dollar, yeah. This is also a possibility, but I would prefer to wait again. See, this is the zone, basically. So you need to be careful for the market getting down even 100 pips. No, sorry, 20 pips. 20 pips below, you know. It's 20 pips? Yeah. 25 pips. You can still start building your positions, but again, if you want to make a buy, maybe wait for an accurate entry. I would wait for touching the lowest point here. You can still make some partial entry like I did in the pound. In the pound, I have still, you know, on the left side of the chart, any demand that I can go with. Here on Aussie dollar, there is quite nothing on the left side. If you go to the H4, you see there is quite nothing on the left side. So there is no there is nothing on the left side of the chart to go with. Yeah, definitely. I'm actually using the 5ers platform. So basically, the spread that you see here, you will have the same in instant funding, the same in high stakes, and the same in the bootcamp. So basically, you see that we are at zero spread for one of the main major currency pairs, and you see we have also Aussie Swiss 4-3, which is very nice spread. Also for the S&P, we have around 45. FTSE we have 60, so we have quite very competitive spreads, and you see that the execution is very flawless. So yeah, this is actually the same spread that you will have if you register into the 5ers. That's a nice question, Adil. Very nice question regarding Jerome Powell's, what we can expect. I don't know what he will say, and I don't know even more what, let's say, how the market will react. It can be a lot of things. Again, I'm looking technically, and I'm looking the big picture. I'm still expecting a bull run during 2023. Not making a new high maybe on the S&P, but at least I don't see a lower low in the S&P. We are recovering from the COVID. We are recovering from the energy crisis. The Ukraine-Russian war is less important actually. All technology stocks have tumbled actually during last year. So as someone that look all the time at a retracement in a specific market, I don't see how we can make or it can be a beer run in the US indices. Maybe you have guys with different mindset that I have, but I don't know. Let's put the S&P, but you know, I'm not looking for the price to break, let's say, to break the 3,600 levels in 2023. Of course, Powell can lead a small retracement on the short term, but if you look at the long term, this is completely different. Here on the S&P, we are still reacting to this uptrend. You know, the market is still on an uptrend. This was a good buy here, basically. I don't know if I made a buy here, but this was a nice spot. And basically, we are trading at the average. If you look all this, a bit not so close to the average, but not so far. And we have this zone, so I'm not expecting the price to have a bear run in the next days and in the next months. I think basically here the next target would be to touch 4,240 in the S&P. I don't understand why not to buy Pound USD. I'm just buying Pound USD right now. I'm not selling it. If you look at the Pound Yen, this is something different. And I explained many times why I'm not buying here the pound yen. It can be a buy, you know, but again, I won't risk it. Okay, this is gold. Maybe this is the time where I can actually reinforce a little bit the position. We are touching. Yeah, looks like the market is not making any retracement here. We are very far from the mean. Yeah, I would reinforce here a bit. Again, stop loss very tight. This is just to react from the big movement we have in the M5. You see M15. This is very strong movement. The market is just dropping down in a matter of a few times. So this is the type of spot I'm looking. Again, the stop loss is not so far. This is why I'm allowing myself to do that. It's because the stop loss, I don't have a lot of space to my stop loss. That's why I'm reinforcing here the trade. And of course, time is a big important factor for me. Here the market went down let's say, 200 points in a matter of only in the morning session. So I don't know how far we can go, but I'm still expecting a small retrace, maybe just here. This would be the point I would be looking. Oh yeah, it's not yes. Just here, we'll see how the market retrace. Isn't this trail like trying to catch a falling knife? We can call it like this, and this is all the time the type of trades I'm taking. So if you come to my trading group, you need to be ready. You need to have some balls to do what I do. Again, I know that this is not the common behavior of everyone that trade. That's how I look the market every single time. Maybe falling knife is more in stocks, when the market, in a stock can move like 20%, 30% in a day, and then you try to buy. This would be catching a falling knife. But here we are talking about gold. This is more technical than buying something that will go to zero. It's like I don't know if you heard about Terra Luna in crypto. When the market Terra Luna moved from $70 into $2 per day into the same day, and you want to buy Terra Luna when the market, this is catching a falling knife. Here I'm looking something a bit different, because again, this can actually not work. Okay, this can actually reach my stop loss, and I will be fine because I would be doing what I want to do, and this is very important as a trader. You need to know what you do, and you need to be comfortable regarding the way you trade. But here we have in a small amount of time, and this is why all the time I say that the time parameter is something very important into my strategy. When I found an asset that moved too drastically in a small amount of time, reaching in a demand when the momentum is starting to lose, this would be for me an opportunity. This doesn't mean we're going to reach into the market will reverse 100% of the time, but from my experience and from my back testing, this is the type of trades I found the most profitable in the long term. Regarding me, again, this is only regarding to me. I know that not a lot of people would be comfortable by taking this type of trades, and I agree with that. But again, when you come every Tuesday on my trading room, here are the 5ers. This is a time where actually we can share analysis, and everyone will have something different in mind, different strategy and different analysis. Maybe someone will sell here and it will also be profitable. Again, this is how I view the market personally. That's a nice question, Moni. I like this, trying to catch a falling knife. Sometimes I ask myself, yeah, this is catching a falling knife or no. In that case, not so much, okay, because we are still in gold assets. Again, looking at some parameters that I have in my mind. That I agree with you. Any thoughts on the Euro Aussie? We can find it. Interesting. We just have a breakout here on the template Ruben. Yeah, so basically I will not make a buy here. We had some question earlier, you are not a trend follower. I'm not. I will not make a buy here. Why? Because I don't like when the market breakouts. Okay, I prefer when the market retrace. For example, here, you see this long key zone. Okay, when the market respect, I will make a buy here and a buy here and a buy here. I would maybe make a sell here and will end up in stop loss. But that's why I will not make a buy. The market already break out. I would wait maybe another spot to make a sell. Maybe this spot would be a zone to make a sell. This would be smarter to make a sell here because it will take all the stop loss here. Here the market will probably continue to push, and then making a sell here, it will be like smart money concept. Some people like to call this that way. So yeah, I'm not making a buy here. I'm not making a sell. I'm waiting for the price to go a little bit far in a small amount of time. Again, we need to remember this. Yeah. Hi Williams, I'm new to the 5ers. Welcome. Happy to see you here. What is the slippage like, especially with news coming out in a few minutes? We'll see that together. I don't know if it's a news or if it's picks. But basically, we are not slippage can happen in every market, and it depends. You know, if the market opens 30 pips below because there is no liquidity, so you will just get the natural slippage that you will have in any live market if you trade on the say on the spot market or futures market. If you don't have liquidity at a specific amount of time, it will have a slippage. Again, we are not increasing slippage. We are all the time giving the true market price. You will see also the spreads that is very competitive on the left side. I don't know if we will be here for the release of the news. We are approaching the end of the session right now. But basically, from my experience, there is no lot of slippage in the 5ers. We don't, like, maybe 30-40 bips will be something very usual for slippage when the market is on a big high impact news, but it will not be more than 200 pips. This is in Forex. There is no sense to have 200 pips slippage. On average, I know that slippage in the USD currency will be around 30-40 pips according to the high impact news. Yeah, and the spreads are natural in the news. Okay. Hi Moni. Yeah, okay. Appreciate if you have the same approach. So that's nice to know. Okay guys, I will monitor this in my hand. We have in 10 minutes the Powell's picks, so I would be very very focused on what's happening. Yeah, I will monitor the trade on my hand. I will not holding you, just looking at the chart and see how the price behave. But basically that's the two spots I found for the day. I think yeah, it's quite of a nice spot for my strategy, especially. And yeah, we'll see how the price behave in the next hours. Okay, guys. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Again, I appreciate all the session. And again, we will meet each other next Tuesday as usual. Every Tuesday, I'm making a live trading room here on the 5ers on this YouTube channel. Especially tomorrow, I will be doing also a live with Jordan on Trade Delicious. We're gonna trade the London session, which actually working well with my approach and my strategy. The London session is less volatile. We have less volume, and most of the time the market is tending to respect some zone, like I'm trying to find today. So I hope you appreciate the content, the analysis. And of course, it's an interaction. I'm a trader. You're probably traders also, guys. This is most an interaction that I don't want to be a mentor or someone that teach. I just want to interact and to discuss with you. So this is the main important thing. So yeah, I wish you a nice end for the end of the day. Be careful. There is a Jerome Powell speaks in the next 8 minutes right now. So guys, be careful. Try to diminish your exposure, change your stop loss, be active in trading. Don't let your trades running at limited time. Guys, thank you for staying with me until the end. Appreciate it. Have a nice day. Goodbye.